So have you guys heard the news that is new to every liberal moron in the world, every liberal Zionist idiot? There's something that's news to them that's not news to anyone. Did you hear that Israel is ethnically cleansing Gaza? Did you know that? Did you know that they want to kill and or expel all Palestinians there? Did you know that? The thing that they were openly saying 18 months ago? To be clear, this was clearly marked 18 months ago, to the point that I made a video in December 2023, literally just citing Israeli officials where they were openly stating this, okay? So we'll go over that in a second, but I wanted to show you just like a very funny thumbnail, like from, everyone's favorite example of like the average Zionist. Israel's new plan for Gaza is horrible. This won't do. With the face like this, I'm deeply thinking, how could this possibly have happened? I've been defending this the whole time. I never knew this was happening. I swear to you guys, I had no idea they were doing this. I'm thinking deeply about how this could possibly have happened. There was no indication that they were doing this. These people like to frame this, they're calling it Trump's plan. So the whole idea here is that like ethnic cleansing and genocide was not on the table until now. So their argument has basically been under Biden and Kamala Harris, like this is their sort of tactic of diversion, right? It's to imply that under Biden and Kamala Harris, things were different. And it's only now that Trump is in office that things are getting worse. Thus, the Gaza genocide is to blame on pro-Palestine people, not on these Zionists who have been advocating for and defending it the whole time. As if the Biden-Harris administration did anything to stop it and didn't facilitate it fully the whole time, which they obviously did. It would be a shame if there was clear evidence that this was not the case, like the Zionists plainly stating, literally from the very beginning, what they were doing, and their actions indicating clearly this was what they were doing, while the US did nothing to stop them. That would kind of hurt this argument. That's this whole fucking video here that I made a year and a half ago that shows this very clearly, and there's parts of this video where you can see that so obviously. Like this whole plan of like forcing Palestinians out and stuff, this is not new at all. This is me citing me a year and a half ago.
First, a leaked document that was produced by Israel's
This document here dated 13th of October 2023, okay?
Intelligence Ministry on October 13th, whose authenticity the government has acknowledged, reveals an extensive government plan for the complete depopulation of Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. The document assesses 3 different options for Israeli goals in its wars on Gaza. It argues against the first 2 options, which would involve Israel setting up puppet Palestinian governments in Gaza and allowing the population to remain, and instead recommends what it calls the evacuation of the civilian population from Gaza to Sinai in Egypt. It proposes the forced removal of the entire Palestinian population via evacuation orders, the setting up of tent cities in Egypt for the 2.4 million expelled Palestinians, and explicitly states that the evacuated population would never be allowed to return. This is affirmed elsewhere in the document, where it is proposed that these forcibly removed Palestinians would be integrated within a state framework with citizenship, meaning that Egypt or other host nations would permanently absorb them.
Okay, so this was very obvious that this was happening the whole time. And now it's like, new article, Israel is planning ethnic cleansing, they're implementing this plan. They've been doing this the whole fucking time. So Israel is aiming to permanently occupy Gaza, as it says here. They are planning to expel all Palestinians into like a concentration camp, a death camp in the south, from which they will be held until like more permanent destinations for them to be forcibly ethnically cleansed to can be found, and then they will be ethnically cleansed there, and then Israel will annex Gaza. This was the plan the whole time. We've been talking about this the whole time. It's not even just that they've been saying it. This is what they've been doing. Everything that they've been doing is indicative of this. Like this video that I made, you have to understand, this is from December 2023 is when I made it, and I uploaded it on January 3rd, okay? So all the sources are from before 2024. Literally within the first 2 or 3 months. And already at this point, they had destroyed the majority of the housing stock in Gaza, destroyed or damaged it. Why would they systematically target houses to this extent unless they planned to make the place uninhabitable so that they could justify getting rid of the population? That's obviously the fucking idea, and this was December 2023 when I said this.
Israel has destroyed 60% of the housing in Gaza in just 2 months, in a bombing campaign against residential buildings that can only be described as systematic and intentional.
So they destroyed 60% of the housing in Gaza in 2 months, okay? Some of the most intense bombing that has ever taken place of cities before this was of Germany in World War II. So after 2 months of bombing in Gaza, Israel had already destroyed or damaged more of the housing stock there than what was destroyed or damaged in all the the major German cities during World War II, a higher percentage of it.
For an interesting comparison, the incredibly intense fighting in and bombing of Germany's most important cities in World War II destroyed 45% of their housing stock. 45% over the course of multiple years versus 60% in 2 months. You'd have to be either brainwashed or just knowingly spreading propaganda to buy Israel's justifications here.
So this is what they've been working towards the whole time. This is what they've been doing. The US has obviously never ever done anything to impede this or to stop this. This has been obvious the whole time. Everyone has known, everyone with a fucking brain has seen this was the plan, while the liberal Zionist propagandists have been arguing otherwise the whole time. And now the liberal Zionist propagandists, now that they can no longer deny the reality, given that it's coming into fruition after Israel has been working towards this diligently this entire time and they've been denying it, this entire time they've been trying to divert attention away from it, they're going to have to adapt their strategy. And their new strategy is going to be to smugly say, should have voted for Kamala Harris. This never would have happened when it was happening under Biden. Literally, this is what they're working towards under Biden. This is the process that has been going on under Biden the whole fucking time. So they're going to slightly shift away from defending Israel to saying, this is your fault. It's not my fault, the person who's been defending this the whole time. It's not my fault, the person who justifies Israel, who believes in everything that Israel stands for. It's your fault for not voting for Kamala Harris. That's going to be the talking point. So you're going to get the loner boxes of the world suddenly acting like, I never saw this coming. This thing that I've been defending this whole time, the wholesale massacre of little children, I never saw this coming. This is actually a new plan for Gaza, and it's horrible. This won't do, The thing that I've been doing this whole fucking time, that I've been defending this whole fucking time, this won't do. We've known this has been happening this whole time. We've known it. This is what Israel has been working towards, slowly, gradually, trying to make it happen. And now what they're doing is just basically what they've been doing the whole time. It's more advanced than it was before. That's because more time has passed, obviously. Just such a total fucking joke, man. Honestly, I'm not even sure they'll try to just divert the blame from themselves for actions that they are themselves carrying out. I'm not even sure they'll do that. They might even try to own it and try to frame it as actually something positive. They'll move on to saying, I'm of course against ethnic cleansing, but the Palestinians simply must be moved to prevent their death. That death at the hands of who? It just goes unnamed. Whose fault is this? Well, it's Hamas's fault. Obviously, they should just surrender and release the hostages. This is how it's going to fucking be for all time. Liberal Zionists are worse than Nazis. Lonerbox is significantly worse than a Nazi because he supports Nazi goals without telling you openly that he does. People like him are worse than Nazis. They are so much worse than Nazis. So yeah, Israel is ethnic cleansing Gaza, but they were also ethnic cleansing Gaza before. They were also genociding Gaza before. It's nothing new in spite of the fact that all of these fucking morons are going to try to tell you that it was, because they've been openly saying this is what they've been doing the whole fucking time. Not only that, but even if they had said nothing, it would be obvious this is what they're doing from their actions. You don't massacre this many people and try to make where they live totally unlivable unless you want to get rid of them. It's obvious. These people try to muddy the waters by acting like you can't take the totality of the evidence together. Yet if you took the totality of the evidence together, even a fucking month in, it was obvious that this is what was happening. And now they're going to act surprised.